Metcalf was able to hold that, but they stayed with the puck back behind the net. Blue got it, took a chance out in front to Zeal with a tap in that will score. Parks out of the shotgun, takes the snap, stepping, looking, back shoulder fade to Mackey, and he catches it for a Red River touchdown.
It's time for the best in local sports coverage with KNOX Live Sports and News Radio 1310 KNOX.
Puck goes free to the high slot, picked up Lovejoy, wrister, and he scores. Reardon working right side, defended the entire way. A stop by Dookie. She looks into J.C. Reardon, the high-low is there.
The following is a presentation of KNOX Live Sports, presented by Rivard's Turf and Forage and Grand Trailer Sales.
Off to the right, down to the doorstep. Hoganson, a backhander, he scores. What a play for Griffin Hoganson.
Let's go live to tonight's presentation.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you tonight to Cushman Field for our coverage of high school soccer on the Rivard's Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network and KNOX Live Sports this evening. We are set for the latest in Grand Forks Red Rivers hockey season, and they are on pace to have a very good one this year. And when we've seen them, they've been very good. The last time we saw Grand Forks Red River at home was a dismantling of West Fargo Cheyenne, where they scored 4 goals in the opening half and won the matchup by a score of 5-0. Tonight, they'll take on the Fargo South Bruins, a team that came here and gave Grand Forks Central a tussle when we saw them last. And in the long run, were beaten in a comeback bid by Grand Forks Central by a score of 2-1. This Fargo South team is talented. They've got some depth. They just haven't been able to crack into the win column in the Eastern Dakota Conference as of yet. And so tonight, they're looking to find an opportunity to move some momentum in the right direction against one of the teams that's expected to be a leader inside the EDC coming into tonight. We bring it to you courtesy of our premier sports partners. They include Rivard's Turf and Forage, a premium seed dealer in Grand Forks. You can find them online at rivards.com, and also Grand Trailer Sales, your home for all things trailer in East Grand Forks. We're expecting to have a good one here tonight, and you know what else we're expecting to have? Something that isn't going to be so unbelievably cold like it has been as of late. The high school soccer season has had very poor weather. In fact, the high school sports season in the spring has had very poor weather. They're playing baseball for the first time at home today over at Oxford, or I should say over at Kraft Field at the Oxford, or rather sports complex. And right now, Grand Forks Red River engaged with Fargo South there. And Red River's playing softball tonight against Fargo Shanley. So everything is underway in the spring sports season. There's tennis down in Fargo tonight. We're finally finding a way to get out and play some games, but it's been a long time in getting to this point. And now tonight we'll see if Red River can put another win in the victory column, another victory in the win column, if you will, against a pretty good Fargo South soccer team. Our pregame report brought to you tonight by the Ski and Bike Shop. Also brought to you this evening here on KNOX by Signature Graphics and Apparel. It's your vision. Make it come to life at Signature Graphics and Apparel. And brought to you by True North Equipment, true to your values and ready to serve you with 10 locations throughout the Red River Valley. We'll come back and take a look at where we're at as far as standings in the Eastern Dakota Conference with Drive for the title. We'll run down the players to watch in this one tonight as well, and a whole lot more for you as we get ready for high school soccer. Central going up against Fargo, Red River going up against Fargo South tonight on the Rivard's Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports. And we're back with more in just a couple of moments. Stay with us.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
Big Jim's Tire is the area's #1 farm and ag tire supplier, and with harvest here, you want the best. Best tires, best service, and Big Jim's will get it done fast to get you moving again. Big Jim's Tire, Grand Forks.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
Nothing feels or performs better than a properly fitted golf club. Whether it's irons, driver, or putter, call us today for your free club fitting. For over 30 years, the Golf Center in Grand Forks has been your club fitting leader.
Valley Truck in East Grand Forks is proud to support our local high school athletes. With over 400 years of combined experience, they keep our community moving on and off the field. Trusted repairs, quality parts, and support for the next generation.
Pro Ag in Grand Forks and Grafton carries the equipment and parts on hand to make your farming operation run smooth. They carry all major brands like Honeybee, Alloway, Amity, Artex, Hardy, Capello, Monosem, Pickett, Wilrich, and Black Ace. So whether you're trading in, buying, or just need parts, go to ProAgEquip.com to see everything Pro Ag has to offer.
We very much take a lot of pride in our work. Customer service has always been our number one.
We have the best materials. You're going to have the best people in the area to do the job.
If you can dream it up, we can make it happen.
Or head to gworkslf.com to get started.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new. Big or small, Finest Auto Trim can cover it all. To get a quote, go to finestautotrim.com.
This is the KNOX pregame show, brought to you by True North Equipment, true to your values, driven by you. And Signature Graphics and Apparel. Make your vision come to life.
Welcome back to our coverage of high school soccer on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, KNOX Radio, KNOX Live Sports. We're on the live sports side this evening. We thank you for joining us tonight for our video coverage of Grand Forks Grand Forks Red River, my apologies. Red River taking on Fargo South tonight. Last week it was Central and Fargo South that were in action. Now tonight, the Rough Riders will have their opportunity to go up against the Bruins in a big matchup inside the Eastern Dakota Conference. Pre-game report tonight brought to you by Signature Graphics and Apparel. It's your vision. Make it come to life at Signature Graphics and Apparel. And brought to you tonight by True North Equipment, true to your values and ready to serve you with 10 locations throughout the Red River Valley. Well, let's take a look at Drive for the title that we have for you tonight so we can catch you up to date on where we're at after a couple of weeks of the Eastern Dakota Conference soccer season. And coming into the night, you can see Grand Forks Red River and Grand Forks Central, each with 6 points in the Eastern Dakota Conference, but Red River is the team that's undefeated out of those two, and they are undefeated both in the league and overall. 3-0 overall, Red River 2-0 inside the Eastern Dakota Conference with 6 points tonight. Grand Forks Central comes in a 2-1 mark and 6 points in the league as well. And then Shanley, only one contest so far. They're on the board with 3 points at 1-0. Fargo South is with a win in the league. They're 1-0. And West Fargo Cheyenne currently 1-0, or I should say rather 1-1 with 3 points in the league. Their win came over Grand Forks Central last week. Cheyenne's 4-1 overall. Again, they have that great record in non-conference play, but they got tripped up against Grand Forks Red River in their first league game and are now 1-1 overall. So you've got two teams with 6 points on top of the league, Central Red River, with Shanley at 3 and unbeaten in the league right now, a game in hand on those two. And then South Cheyenne each 1-1, but Cheyenne's got a win over Grand Forks Central so far. Davies 0-2-1 on the season. Fargo Davies won those championships and was a perennial favorite in girls soccer, and right now struggling to get out of the blocks a little bit this season. Fargo North 0-1. They've got a draw in the overall campaign, and West Fargo's currently 0-2, both in the league and overall. Full slate of Eastern Dakota Conference soccer tonight. West Fargo's at Fargo North. Davies is at West Fargo Cheyenne. Central is on the road at Fargo Shanley tonight. And here we've got Fargo South and Grand Forks Red River ready to have at one another in an East Region contest worth 3 in the Eastern Dakota Conference tonight. And that's Drive for the title. Again, Red River coming in first place in the league. A win over Red River would definitely be a springboard for Fargo South. A win for Red River over Fargo South would keep their momentum going and push them a little bit further towards kind of the halfway point of this first cycle around in the league, trying to become one of the front runners in the EDC. And that's what we have tonight as far as Drive for the title is concerned. We're going to come back with more in our pregame report in a couple of moments. When we return, we'll take a look at the players to watch in this one tonight with our game fuel, with our tools for the game, brought to you tonight by State Farm Insurance and Logan Karski. So we'll run down the players to watch in this one in just a couple of moments. It's Fargo South here in Grand Forks at Cushman Field to take on Grand Forks Red River tonight on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting someone who pays attention to the little things that make a big difference. And to keep your family cool this summer, it takes Bryant.
Connect with Thermal Air today, your Bryant certified dealer.
In Grand Forks, it's about more than just where you live. It's about the people you trust when life happens. At Logan Karski State Farm, we're proud to protect what matters most. I'm Logan Karski with State Farm, and we'd be honored to be your good neighbor.
When the lights go out, count on the pros. Bergstrom Electric in Grand Forks, the area's largest full-service electrical contractor. From commercial builds to homes, they're trusted for quality, safety, and award-winning work. Call today, 701-775-8897.
When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need. Turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, Edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335.
Nelson Auto in Grand Forks is proud to sponsor area athletics. We know the value of a good team, and we'd like to invite you in to meet our team. See how our team takes care of you and your family. Nelson Auto at Grand Forks, home to Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Hey, this is Pastor Paul. I'd like to welcome you to Hope Church, especially if you're a person that doesn't have a place where you hang out spiritually. We would love for you to come and experience hope and find God. Hope Church, 9, 10:30, and 6 p.m. on Sundays. For more information, you can check out gfhope.org.
Pick 6 for $19.99, a perfect meal for two.
That's gotta rhyme.
Well, how about munching on Pick 6, my mouth going yap, yap. People always staring at my wings, they go flap, flap. Dave is so surprised because he didn't know I'd rap. Pick 6 meal for two for $19.99.
H&S Electrical Services is proud to support local high school sports. From homes to industry, we deliver safe, reliable electrical solutions. Locally owned and operated, our skilled team ensures quality and service you can trust. H&S, trusted in your homes and businesses.
This is the KNOX Pre-Game Show. Brought to you by True North Equipment, true to your values, driven by you. And Signature Graphics and Apparel. Make your vision come to life.
Welcome back to our coverage of high school soccer tonight in the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, KNOX Live Sports this evening. We are at Cushman Field as Grand Forks Red Rivers at home to take on Fargo South tonight. Temperatures that are much more pleasant than they have been in, I guess, the last couple of days or the last couple of weeks of high school soccer. That matchup between Central and South that was here last week was bone-chilling cold, and not quite the same situation tonight, although the sun didn't come out and it didn't warm up as much today as they would have liked. But in the long run, I believe that we'll have a much more comfortable situation, and I believe a few more fans will be a little bit more hardcore in going out to the stadium tonight to take this one in. Good matchup tonight. Grand Forks Red River undefeated in the league, 6 points, 2 wins inside the conference, and Fargo South with a win in the league right now and looking to try to crack against maybe one of the top teams in the EDC, at least on paper, coming into tonight. Let's take a look at the players to watch in this one. Our pregame report brought to you this evening by Signature Graphics and Apparel. It's your vision. Make it come to life at Signature Graphics and Apparel, and brought to you by True North Equipment. True to your values, ready to serve you with 10 locations throughout the Red River Valley. And tonight, players to watch in this one with our tools for the game. And our tools for the game tonight are brought to you by State Farm Insurance and Logan Karski, your agent. Logan Karski can put together the right game plan for you to protect everything that needs protecting, whether it's home, auto, farm, health, life, or business. You can trust Logan Karski and his team to put together the right pregame and the right game plan so that you have the protection that you need. Logan Karski, your State Farm Insurance agent. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Coming into tonight, Taylor Hodney. She is out to an unbelievable start with 8 goals and 4 assists on the season. And her sister Reagan right there with her, 3 goals and 3 assists so far this year. The thing that jumps off the page about Red River, though, is that there's plenty of offensive talent on this team right now. Alexia Giannopoulos, 3 goals and an assist coming into tonight, and we really haven't seen some of the other players like Arise Rems that we know are very capable of scoring jump up and have that big game as of yet. And so for Red River, there's a lot of offensive talent that goes on the field every time they go out there. For this Fargo South team, Tamika Limvier, who returns as an all-conference player from a year ago, has scored a couple of goals, including one that put her team ahead of Grand Forks Central the last time we saw Fargo South, which was a week ago. Of course, Central came back to win that matchup 2-1, but Tamika Limvier was a huge factor in that matchup for Fargo South, and the Bruins will definitely look to get her the ball. Corinne Cassette with the goal as well, and then Abby Bockel. Bockel had a really nice game despite not scoring against Grand Forks Central. She controlled a lot of tempo, particularly down the stretch in some big moments. And so Abby Bockel is somebody to watch tonight for Fargo South as well. Those are the players to watch with our tools for the game, brought to you tonight by State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. We've got more coming up on our pregame report. We'll take a look at the keys for the game this evening, brought to you by Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. That's on the way. And kickoff for tonight's matchup is just moments away as well. So hang out with us here at Cushman Field as we get ready for a good one tonight. It'll be Grand Forks, Red River, and Fargo South in girls soccer action tonight on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales, Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivards Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Go to rivards.com.
Rivals on the ice, united in the stands, and everyone's geared up from Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. Hockey gear, fan apparel, Nodak Pride, we've got it all and more. Locally owned, 1004 South Washington Street. Shop local, shop Jarrell's.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, GrandTrailersSales.com.
The way we live and work has changed, but our service and commitment remain. We're evolving to meet your insurance needs with answers where and when you need them most. Nodak Insurance Company.
Signature Graphics in East Grand Forks is your one-stop shop for all your branding and design needs. From embroidery, vinyl wrapping, laser print, and more, fully customized from start to finish, all in-house. Signature Graphics. We craft your vision. You watch it come to life.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
It's hard to explain what this feels like. We could try to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit True North Equipment at any of our 10 locations or at www.truenorthequipment.com.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. Pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. SprayAdvantage.com.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
The Ski and Bike Shop in Grand Forks. Gear up for ski season or hit the trails on a fat tire bike. At the Ski and Bike Shop, we offer top brands, ski and snowboard service, and everything you need for cold weather fun. The Ski and Bike Shop in Grand Forks, where your next adventure begins.
Welcome back to our coverage of high school soccer on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. National anthem performed here for the crowd that's at Cushman Field tonight. We welcome you back to our coverage of high school soccer on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports this evening. We're going to take a look at our starting lineups in a couple of moments as we get ready for Fargo South and Grand Forks Red River to have kickoff here tonight. Let's take a look at our keys for the game tonight, and our keys for the game are brought to you by Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. Stop in and see what's new for the season. At Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World, it's camp time. Camps have been underway for a while now. It's never not hockey season. If you need those skates sharpened up, if you're looking for that new pad, that new helmet, whatever implement for the game that you're looking for, Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World has you covered. Stop in and see them. Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World on South Washington in Grand Forks. For the Rough Riders, the stretch plays with Taylor Hodney. That was a big part of their game that we saw really the first couple of times that we've seen them out of the chute, but really trying to open up the field, going down the field with her speed, and then being fast around the net. We saw that pay dividends for them, particularly on the set pieces. They can put a lot of pressure in front of the net with ball strikers. So for Red River, those are going to be a couple of big keys tonight. For Fargo South, adjusting to Hodney's speed will be a huge one. You've got to be able to pick her up and stay with her. Obviously, she can't go offside, so she can't outrun you, but at the same time, she can run past you if you end up taking a step too far up the field. And so that's going to be a big part of South's defensive game plan tonight. And then controlling the pace and the ball, the midfielders are going to be huge for Fargo South coming up tonight, and they're going to have to find a way to really control the middle of the field. And that is a look at the keys to the game tonight, brought to you by Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. Stop in and see what's new for the season at Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. They're announcing the starting lineups for tonight's matchup. Let's do the same for you here. First of all, the starting lineup for Fargo South and Grand Forks Red River, and our starters tonight brought to you by our friends at Acme Equipment and Acme Tools. Acme Equipment, your Kubota dealers in Grand Forks with a full line of Kubota products to help you do your very best work. And you'll find those Kubota products across from Simplot on Gateway in Grand Forks. Skid steer loaders, scissor lifts, loaders, whatever you're looking for to complete your job site, your operation, they've got you covered with some great Kubota products. And when it's time to get that power tool working for that do-it-yourself product, or project, I should say, they have you covered with that as well at their main tool shop. You'll find that tool shop on South, or actually a couple blocks south of Gateway on North Washington in Grand Forks. Acme Equipment and Acme Tools bringing you our starting lineups for tonight and our kickoff. For Fargo South, the goalkeep is Jaden Eggert. The defensive players tonight will be Jada Zimmerman. Eggert's a freshman, Zimmerman's a senior, Corinne Cassette on defense, a junior. Also, Nyla Sabanovich, who is a junior, starting on defense tonight as well. The midfielders this evening will be Sylvia Barnacle, who is a freshman. Also at midfield is Clara Machenbacher, who is a senior. And at midfield, Abby Bockel, who's a senior. And at midfield, Chloe Emerson, an 8th grader. The forwards are Tamika Limvier, a senior. And also at the forward position tonight will be Emma Guion, my apologies, a junior. The starting lineup for Dave Weiler, the head coach of Fargo South. For Grand Forks Red River, the starting goalkeep is Kiana Cruz, a sophomore. The starting defensive players, Adley Smart, a freshman, Bria Miller, a senior, and Addison Cutterbutt, also a senior. The midfielders, Michaela Peters, a freshman, Alexia Giannopoulos, a sophomore, Ella Bry, a freshman, and Reagan Hodney, a sophomore. And the forwards, Taylor Hodney, a sophomore, Lily Cameron, a senior, and Maya Nicola, who is a sophomore. And Brian Gutierrez is the head coach of Grand Forks Red River. We're set for kickoff here tonight. And it is the first half. I made them change this for the JV game, and now I'm going to be the one that should have not said anything. But I'll bet the scorekeep, if they work on it, they can get that down to the first. It's the first half. It's not the second half. And I made them put second half. Oh, now they've got overtime in there. I'm not sure how you get it out of there. Now it's in double overtime. Okay, they're through it. There you go. You got it. You got it. We're in the first half again. Very good. Outstanding. All right, we're ready for kickoff tonight. And Red River will turn and kick this away. And we are underway. Our kickoff brought to you tonight by Acme Equipment and Acme Tools. They are your Kubota dealers. And a pass up the field looking for Lily Cameron. Ends up beyond the near sideline. And Fargo South will have a throw in to get us started tonight. So we get started this evening with some action on the near boundary. Another throw in that will be defended out of bounds by the Rough Riders. And South will come over with Corinne Cassette making the play towards the middle of the field. She was looking immediately for Emma Guion, who was all around the ball when we saw her against Grand Forks Central and just did not have the type of luck with the ball that she needed to really pull off a big play in that matchup for Fargo South. Ball headed towards Maya Nicolo, gets a start at a forward spot tonight for the Rough Riders. Broken up in the middle of the field. Bruins look to transition out. This will be run down by Ella Bry for Red River. And Bry will turn it beyond the far boundary. Waiting for a call here, and this will be Fargo South that will send this back in on a throw-in. Riders had set up for a throw-in, but it'll be Fargo South's possession. And the Bruins send it in towards Red River, and that one's broken up on the throw-in. And now we'll see the Hodneys in action for the first time tonight as Red River comes up looking for some pressure. Long-range strike coming in, and that one deflected a bit. Did it get beyond the back line? Doesn't look like it did. Jaden Eggert tested immediately on a play up the field from Grand Forks Red River's Taylor Hodney, who had her first opportunity to put a foot on the ball tonight. Ends up sending it near the goal and tried from long range. Eggert will drop kick out towards the middle of the field. Riders looking to run it down. That will just trickle on beyond the far boundary, and Michaela Peters throws in for Grand Forks Red River. Hodney's getting active again. Here's Taylor. A pass up the field, trying to play one away towards the far side from Maya Nicola, who gets the start tonight. Broken up in the middle of the field by Chloe Emerson. And Emerson trying to run it down as the Rider defense looks to get back to it. Tamira Limveer was lurking there for Fargo South, but did not get an opportunity to possess the ball cleanly. Bockel trying to make a play for South in the midfield. Riders try to clear one out that's deflected and knocked back down. Addison Cutterbud will force one back towards the center of the field. This finds Limveer. And now Guion for the Bruins. Guion will turn it back towards the middle. Long run to get over to it for Alexa Giannopoulos for the Rough Riders. And a pass that just dangles up the far boundary. Riders get it back on their defensive side. Adley Smart looks up the field, able to find Giannopoulos. Long pass up the field and a good run coming from the near side of the field. Red River's Lily Cameron putting some pressure on, but unable to get to it before a heads-up play by Jaden Eggert, the goalkeeper for Fargo South, came out and was able to control. Drop kick back to the middle, and Tamika Limveer with the touch for the Bruins. Limveer will get it back in the middle of the field, plays off towards the boundary, and Limveer has it again. And it looks like we've had another problem with our scoreboard. This has happened to us a couple of times now. We apologize, folks. If we end up having an issue with the scoreboard and it doesn't come back for us, we'll just kind of give you time down and distance here, if you will, throughout the course of the night. Not sure what had happened. We had a couple of malfunctions with that earlier. It seems to be a power glitch. Long pass towards the near side for Lily Cameron of Red River. Cameron trying to fight it back up the near boundary, cut off by Bockel, and she'll play back towards the middle. Deflected out towards the middle. And the play goes back to Alexa Giannopoulos for Grand Forks Red River. Giannopoulos with a run down the far boundary. Takes a look back towards her left, still looking for a setup here. Makes a crossing pass, looking for Taylor Hodney to put pressure on. And another bounding play by Jaden Eggert will come out to touch it up. Looks like we got the scoreboard repaired there, folks, as we're back underway. You can see that we played into minute number 5 here in the opening half, and we are scoreless on the All True scoreboard. Lily Cameron's had a lot of action so far tonight for the Rough Riders. Puts it back to the midfield, and Limveer trying to step in and get a touch for the Bruins. Now she goes looking for a stretch pass on a long defensive play by Fargo South, and ball destined to go beyond the near boundary. Can't be held up by Bria Miller. And Fargo South will get it back. Our coverage of tonight's matchup brought to you by PS Garage Doors, where the PS stands for perfect service. At PS Garage Doors, they can service any make and model of garage door. Call 772-DOOR. That's 772-DOOR for PS Garage Doors. They're in Devils Lake and Grand Forks. And if it's time for a new garage door before graduation, well, that means it's time for you to call PS Garage Doors. There's plenty of time for them to do their work. PS Garage Doors, they are your garage door score. We're scoreless here. Ball ends up beyond the boundary again off of a Rough Rider as Fargo South trying to flip the field a little bit. Red River's had the ball in South's end most of the first few minutes of this one. And now a dangerous Tamika Limvier putting a little spin on a ball off the right side, bending it. And a good play coming in from Red River's Kiana Cruz, sophomore goal keep. That will play that back over to the far boundary. Deflection off that far boundary, and another busy player tonight has been Maya Nicola, who goes running after that. Another play coming back into Cruz, and she's got it back for the Rough Riders. Good drop kick out to the middle of the field as Reagan Hodney tried to run underneath and couldn't control the ball. Limvier comes back into it in the midfield. Back near side for Bria Miller, looking to make a play up. Limvier deflected that. Now it's Guion that steps in for Fargo South. Up to Limvier. Hodney stepping in to push this back to a defender. And Adley Smart looks to make the long play up the field. She went looking for Maya Nicola again. And some physical play going on there, and they're going to award a free kick to Fargo South. The physicality, something that doesn't really surprise us much anymore, but we see it a lot in the boys' season and more in the girls' season all the time, that playing with some physicality is going to be something you'll need to do to win matches in this league. Another throw-in coming in on the far side of the field from Fargo South. And the throw-in off to the far side where Giannopoulos will take control for Grand Forks Red River. Good boot to the middle of the field as well that made a pass around an angle. Hodney trying to control it for Red River. Little crossing pass back towards the middle of the field. No one home to pick it up. And Guion making a run through the middle of the field against pressure from Lily Cameron. Ball back to the Riders. Bria Miller tries to clear the midfielders. Comes off the near side. Good dribbling play coming in here from Reagan Hodney. Hodney trying to approach from the left, looking. Crossing pass out front, just a bit strong for Alexia Giannopoulos. They had it set up, and Giannopoulos couldn't quite catch up to it. And now Abby Bockel will run this ball up the far sideline for Fargo South to try to play it out. Comes back to the midfield again. Riders with Addison Cutterbutt. Back to Hodney. Hodney taking a look, widening out. Good dribbling play against two defenders. Makes a long-range strike of a ball, and that will end up wide of the net. And we'll see the ball going back to Fargo South. No score on the All-True scoreboard as we play into minute number 9 of the opening half tonight. As we mentioned, 3 big points in the Eastern Dakota Conference on the line this evening. If the teams draw, each gets 1. When you're at home, you want to get these, particularly if you're Grand Forks Red River and expecting to be one of the leaders in the clubhouse at the end of the season. Here's a ball beyond the near boundary, and they're going to rule that one off of Red River. Lily Cameron, I think, was under the impression that her Fargo South counterpart touched that last, but Abby Bockel will have a throw-in for the Bruins. And Cameron breaks up the throw-in and works a little dribbling play to try to step free of Fargo South. Reagan Hodney with some physical play from a defender coming in. Cameron keeps the pressure on. Pass to Taylor Hodney looking for a crosser. Kind of a modified corner here, and that one from a steep angle ends up over the crossbar. And the Bruins will have possession again. So Fargo South will have an opportunity to drop kick out of their own end, and not a drop kick, rather. Jade Nager will put it on the turf and plays it out here towards Guion, and Guion can't quite come up with it either. So a ball back to Fargo South. Clara Machenbacher will throw it in for the Bruins. To the middle of the field for Guion. Riders putting some pressure on, but Limvier able to clear it. She's very sturdy. There's not going to be a lot of opportunities to out-duel Tamika Limvier with leg strength, and now they're going to get after Lily Cameron for more physical play. And the Bruins are going to have another free kick. They've been rather tight in the way they've called things in the physicality this evening. Bruins will kick it away. It'll be Abby Bockel that kicked it away. Ball back out towards the middle of the field for Chloe Emerson, then lost. Taylor Hodney looking to step free of defensive pressure. Does. Coming back to her right, takes on an extra defender. Still possesses. Tried to make a long-range strike, and it was broken up on a deflection. Comes back over towards the right. Hodney still continuing to possess. Makes a crossing pass for Reagan Hodney. And now of the field, they had a step with Cameron. She couldn't take advantage of it, but the ball stays upfield with Addison Cutterba. Now Cameron trying to come across the formation. Ends up losing it out to the middle of the field, and Ava Rudolph will turn this back up into the middle. Rudolph trying to run it down. Back to Cameron for Red River. Too strong. Machenbacher tries to clear it out. Finds Guion for Fargo South. Guion tripped up. Good crossing play by Bria Miller to take that away. And a ball up for grabs in the middle of the field as Alexia Giannopoulos looks to run it down for Red River. Long range strike up the field, cleared a defender, and defended out of bounds by Bruin Nyla Sabanovic. And the Riders will have a throw in deep inside South's territory. So Red River set for a throw in. And in South's end of the field, looking to make something happen around the net as we talked about at our keys for the matchup tonight. Giannopoulos back out to Ella Bry, who's high in the formation. Hodney looking. Crosser had a player, but Lily Cameron has a ball sniped away from her and a diving stop made by Jaden Eggert. Riders had a very good play set up. Once again, the goalkeeper for Fargo South has been very good tonight, and Jaden Eggert comes up with a takeaway. Long play back out towards the middle of the field. And it's run down by Grand Forks Red River's Michaela Peters. Peters puts it up the field for Taylor Hodney. Hodney surveying her options, has one poked away defensively. Bruins back out in the midfield, trying to control. This is where they have to be strong tonight. Ava Rudolph trying to make a pass. It was behind Tamika Limvier. So the ball will head back to Red River's possession for a throw-in. Riders throw in. Giannopoulos on the far boundary, playing off the body. Comes back to Rudolph in the midfield for Fargo South. Giannopoulos up there to defend her. The ball ends up beyond the boundary. Our coverage brought to you tonight by Rivard's Turf and Forage. They're a premium seed dealer in Grand Forks. Find all their products online, rivards.com. That's rivards.com. We're getting out of the premium ice melt season, but it's time for those Turf and Forage products. And when you're looking to keep science on your side and looking for the proven knowledge in the industry, lots of contracting with Rivard's Turf and Forage. They mix all their seed varieties right here in Grand Forks. And again, find them online at rivards.com. Riders with a throw-in, and it's Taylor Hodney looking to take control. Hodney swipes across the defender, comes up empty. Bruins back to midfield, but a pass for Limvier is broken up. Reagan Hodney making a push towards the midfield. No one home. Stretch out to Limvier, broken up, but Ava Rudolph sends one up the field, and now this is where Limvier can be dangerous. She got a hold of it and ran through two defenders. Limvier from a steep angle on the right looking to control. Makes a crossing pass back up the formation. Did what she could with it. Good play by Kiana Cruz to come out and break that up. That was a great quick strike by Fargo South. Shows you how they can stretch the field with Tamika Limvier. She had a good opportunity, and then she had trailer support as well as she made the play back. And a good heads-up play by Kiana Cruz to keep a scoring opportunity off the boards for Fargo South. Here comes Hodney. And Taylor Hodney, actually Reagan Hodney, looking up the field for Giannopoulos, who's in tight. She makes a short little play on a shot, and it's diving stopped by Jaden Eggert that will keep that from going further. Didn't have a great angle, did Giannopoulos, but that shows you how Red River can go up the field in short order as well. And Fargo South will send it back to the midfield. Limvier is there. Be taken down by Red River's Adley Smart. Smart to the right looking for Bria Miller. Miller up to Cameron for Red River. Cameron trying to make a pass that's broken up. Comes back towards the midfield. Play back towards Cameron. Gets knocked around here as well. Another short play up the field for Ella Bride, just kind of shortening up, putting some velocity on a short pass. Back to the midfield again for Adley Smart. And a play going to be too long that was intended for Michaela Peters. And the Bruins will reclaim possession on the far boundary.
Number 6, Sadie Young. And for the Rough Riders, number 19, Brinley Boseflug.
Brinley Boseflug will step in, a freshman defender for Grand Forks Red River. So we'll see a new player out there for the Rough Riders. And a play on the far boundary and a throw in for the Bruins. Tamika Limvier was the intended target. The Bruins will defend it. Rather, the Riders will defend it out of play. Minute number 16 of the opening half. Still scoreless on the All True scoreboard. Scoreboard updates brought to you by All True. Regular screenings with All True's care team. Detect illness before symptoms begin. Stay in the game of wellness. Schedule an appointment. Visit alltrue.org or call 780-5000. Alexia Giannopoulos is run down from behind on the far boundary. And the Rough Riders will have a free kick. Just on Red River's side of the midfield stripe. But the Riders will have a free kick. They try to set some pieces up the field. And the boot from the right is away, broken up in the middle of the field by Ava Rudolph for Fargo South. Limvier coming back for the ball. Riders able to gain some possession, but Ava Rudolph in the midfield, we were impressed with her against Central as well. Here's a short pass, and here comes Taylor Hodney trying to attack, and a slide tackle took her out of the play, and then Jaden Eggert comes up and saves the ball. Eggert had to come to a slide to try to take that away from Taylor Hodney, who was coming in on short range. And if Eggert doesn't make that play, Hodney's going to put that in the back of the net. Instead, we play on. Another drop kick from Eggert out to midfield. Rudolph trying to spread towards the far side of the field. Long pass up the field. There's some pressure there. And the Riders will defend it out of play before Sylvia Barnacle, who steps back in as a midfielder. Looks like she's going to play more of a forward spot now for Fargo South. She'll step into the play for the Bruins. And it looks like Fargo South will send in a new player for the throw-in. Approaching the halfway point in the first half, scoreless. Ball down on the field, and the Riders trying to take control. Hodney looking up the field, long range play, just trying to put this out where Taylor Hodney could run underneath it, but too much room. That ends up rolling into the box, and Jaden Eggert will come over and make that stop. You can see that Jaden Eggert plans on playing a pretty active game tonight for Fargo South. She has been way up in the box many times. She's kind of used herself as a defender. And that's because I think the Bruins are anticipating that the speed of Red River is going to put the Riders in some short-range situations they can score on tonight. Rudolph coming up the field, leaving one back for Limvier. That broken up rolls back to the middle of the field and now picked up there by Lily Cameron for the Rough Riders. Hodney taking a look down numbers, makes a pass up looking for Reagan Hodney, but once again, Jaden Eggert up to the near top of the box to run that one down for Fargo South. And the Bruins kick away again. Rudolph trying to settle the ball. We chip back up in the air. Taylor Hodney coming over to get a piece of it. And now broken up behind the play by Abby Bockel. Loose in the middle of the field for the Riders, and Bria Miller looking to make a play over towards the far side. Little crosser back to the middle of the field for Reagan Hodney. And again, Rudolph steps in front of Hodney. Does pretty good work defensively. Hodney steps away from her here. Makes a long pass towards the near side of the field. Has a pretty good run from Michaela Peters. Peters trying to settle it before it got to the back line. And the Bruins will defend it beyond the near boundary. That's going to give Grand Forks Red River a chance at a throw-in. And you can see Bria Miller trying to hurry things along before the Bruins can get back defensively. Ball into Hodney. Hodney trying to dribble away from some pressure. Long range strike again. A one hopper, and there's Eggert to make another save for Fargo South. Jaden Eggert has been kind of the player of the night so far for the Bruins. Been very good. We've seen her have a nice night for Fargo South. Ava Rudolph in the middle of the field. And that's going to be a lot of what Fargo South needs, not just to win matches like this, but really a lot of those. They haven't shown a ton of offense so far this year. And so the recipe for Fargo South is likely going to be good control in the midfield and very good, perhaps aggressive decisions being made by their goalkeeper to give themselves a chance in some games. Every game they've been in has been low scoring. They throw in. Limvier trying to get a hold of it. Put it in the air. Giannopoulos looks to run it back down.
And number 12, Emma Wyatt.
Giannopoulos coming away with it, sends it to some empty space up the field. And the Bruins are back first with Nyla Sabanovich. Broken up. Sabanovich tried to make a play up the field. That was knocked down by Hodney, and The Bruins will have another possession. We're into minute number 21 here in the opening half of play. Of tonight's matchup. Riders with it. Ball back near side, Reagan Hodney stepping towards the near edge. Getting a little body, but able to stay on her feet and stay in position with the ball, dribbling her way all the way to the back line. Emma Guion stepping in defensively to try to get control of it. This will be sent out of bounds by Bockel. And the Riders will throw in off the near boundary. They go looking, trying to find Taylor Hodney. Hodney trying to step around some pressure. Bockel steps in front of Hodney to keep her from getting any closer. And then on top of that, they're going to say that Taylor Hodney pushed it beyond the back line. The Riders have not had a set piece yet tonight. No corners. Fargo South hasn't had one yet either, but with the amount of time that Red River has spent in Fargo South's end, you would think they would get a mishandle of some kind. But the Bruins have played very solidly the defensive end of this thing tonight. Near boundary, Red River coming up with Michaela Peters. Broken up. Back to the middle of the field. Good header from Giannopoulos trying to get Taylor Hodney free. Hodney with a chance and she scores. Giannopoulos will pick up the assist on this as Hodney will score off of Giannopoulos' header, and Grand Forks Red River will take a 1-0 lead. The goal will be in minute 22, and it will be Taylor Hodney with an assist from Giannopoulos to make it 1-0. Let's look at it again on the American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay. And here's the header from Giannopoulos to open up Hodney, who scores with her left foot, just a quick turn and got some elevation on it over Jade Eggert, who's played so well so far here tonight. But Grand Forks Red River takes a 1-0 lead in the 22nd minute of the opening half. That's the 9th goal for Taylor Hodney this season. And Giannopoulos comes up with another assist. I believe that's her 4th assist of the year. So the Riders take a 1-0 advantage. And Red River putting some pressure on Fargo South, where they've been up the field against the Bruins throughout the course of the night. Red River's been very good in the midfield tonight. You haven't seen Tamika Limvier be a huge factor. One good rush up the field so far tonight for Limvier. That's all that's been had. So what goes unsung in this is that Red River's midfield presence has been very strong tonight. But Taylor Hodney gets free and a great header from Giannopoulos to set it up. And Red River takes the 1-0 lead. Clock moving as we'll move into minute number 23 here in the opening half. And the officials are looking at a watch. And I think what they're going to do is let some time run off. We had a sequence there where perhaps the scoreboard didn't get restarted, so the officials are deciding how much time they're going to take off before they decide to allow play to continue. I mean, I would have just taken the free soccer. It would have been fine, but they're looking to correct the scoreboard here, which is probably the right thing to do. Seems like they let a lot of time go off, but now the throw in from Fargo South. Bruins trying to set things up. Lily Cameron stepping in. Little stumble, but was able to keep some control. And a pass up the field coming there from Michaela Peters that ends up beyond the boundary. And Fargo South will have a throw in. They go looking for Limvier. Limvier unable to control all the way through. And Reagan Hodney just took a hip check right in the middle of the field, and that's going to be a free kick. Chloe Emerson came up and put Reagan Hodney on the turf. And Hodney went down pretty hard. So we'll see Reagan Hodney with a free kick. Now, interestingly enough, this isn't far away from where they need to be. So in this situation, she can do something here. Long-range chance kind of holds up a little bit, and Jade Eggert was between a couple of plays, but makes the decision to come up and grab that before it makes its way down to the turf. That ball was dying, and I think Eggert was under the impression it would go deeper than it did. and then had to make a quick step up and keep that from hitting the turf. Reagan Hodney again for Red River. Pushes to the middle of the field. 1-0 in favor of Grand Forks Red River on the all-true scoreboard. Hodney trying to widen out towards the near side. It's broken up, and we'll see a runaway for Sylvia Barnacle, who has a defensive player over the top. Take one away from her from Addison Bergeron. Sophomore defender that's checked in. Bergeron played a lot in the junior varsity matchup tonight also. Hodney coming up with more body this time against South's Corinne Cassette, and the Bruins will have a free kick. Stoppages in play tonight brought to you by Big Jim's Tire. They are your #1 supplier of ag tires in the region. As we get ready to go again this year, get ready for another busy, busy season, and Big Jim's Tire will keep you rolling throughout that season. Ball back in the midfield. And a push up the far side coming from Jada Zimmerman for Fargo South. Riders return it quickly to the midfield. Hodney a turn. Looks off to her left. Now going to dribble free for the moment. Makes a pass back across the middle. Trying to set things up there, I believe, for Ella Bry. Ball back to Reagan Hodney in the midfield. That's lost out of bounds by the Bruins. Nyla Sabinovich unable to hold that in. And Red River will throw in. And we'll see a change for Red River, as the Riders will send Alexia Giannopoulos back into the matchup. So Giannopoulos back into the matchup for Grand Forks. Red River have the assist on Taylor Hodney's goal, which is right now the only scoring play that we have. Taylor Hodney dribbling free of defenders. Works to some open space on the right, trying to come back to the middle of the field. Left it for Giannopoulos. Long-range strike up and over the bar. Bit off course for Giannopoulos. Good play set up by Hodney. Giannopoulos just striking at it too deep. And this will be possessed once again by Fargo South. Into minute number 26 here in the opening half of tonight's play. Ball off towards the right, and the Bruins will try to come back up the field with some control. And a bit too strong on that control towards the right, where they had Kendra Balvich waiting for it. Balvich checking in here. Senior midfielder stepping into that midfield role tonight for the Bruins. Ball loose on the right. Bry trying to get free. Bry in the middle made a pass to Giannopoulos, who strikes and ends up over the bar. Boy, 2 strikes for Giannopoulos that were right in the right spots. Red River comes away empty on a really nice setup. Giannopoulos knows she missed on that one. She had an opportunity to get a kick away. Credit Giannopoulos, good, quick kick, good decision. Just didn't get the right spot on the ball. And Fargo South will have possession of this, and will kick it away. So the Bruins will kick it away. Abby Bockel will do the honors. It comes back to midfield. And she went looking for Guion, but the Riders got to it. Ella Bry, pass looking in for Taylor Hodney. Hodney a stop, back off to the right. Short little play that Giannopoulos looks to run down. Put it in with her left foot, and it comes back out. Bergeron tries to send one through the defense and rolls it in on Jaden Eggert, who will cover it up for a stop. And the Bruins will kick away again. Kick is away. And Limvier looking to bring it down for Fargo South. Long stretch play up the field again for Rudolph. Big run for Red River's Adley Smart to get back defensively, and good play by Kiana Cruz here to come up. That ball makes its way into the box. Why not come up, put your hands on it? She does. Guion trying to fight for the ball for Fargo South. Ends up beyond the boundary. Actually, they will rule a free kick here, it would appear, for Grand Forks Red River, and the Riders will have Addison Cutterba coming over to kick it. So Cutterba ready. Boots this one back towards the middle of the field. Broken up again by Ava Rudolph. Just been so impressed with Ava Rudolph of Fargo South, and we've seen her in a couple of matches now, and she plays that midfield position so well. Ball to Michaela Peters for the Rough Riders. Peters comes back across the formation, left out in front. Giannopoulos turning the kick. That was deflected wide. Ball will roll back out towards the right boundary. Riders try to keep it in across her back for Giannopoulos. She'll put it back to the defense for Bergeron. Bergeron might have got away with a bit of hand play there. Hodney trying to get a shot away from range. Ball ends up on the right boundary. And some good pressure coming in there from Emma Guion to take it away. Back in the middle of the field, Rudolph a touch. Rudolph banged around a little bit. Bergeron steps in front of her. Ball back to Kiana Cruz. Now Bergeron to the middle for Cutterba. And Cutterba's got some space to work with here. Cutterba dribbling back to the middle, looking to make a strike of it. Instead plays it away for Hodney. She can't hold it. Bergeron does. Back to Cutterba. A lot of possession here for Grand Forks Red River. Giannopoulos looking. Haven't been able to find a shot yet. Giannopoulos just knocked down. That's going to leave Grand Forks Red River with a free kick from the near corner. And so the Rough Riders will be able to turn this into a bit of a modified corner kick. They'll put some pieces in front of the net. This is a big play for Grand Forks Red River. So the Riders leading 1-0. A chance now on the set piece to go up by 2 as a free kick comes up after some very physical play from Fargo South defensively. Giannopoulos to kick it. Riders stack. Giannopoulos pushes far pole and ends up putting too much distance into this one. Drifts over the net, and Fargo South will get it back.
Coming in from Bruins, number 3, Cora Poole. And number 6, Sadie Young. And then for the Rough Riders,
A couple of changes here for Fargo South coming into the matchup. And the kick is away from the Bruins as they go looking for Guion. Guion's a very good player for Fargo South, and she's had almost 0 opportunities tonight. She's had to play a lot of midfield. She's had to put a lot of defensive pressure on. Hasn't really been able to get into her game for the Bruins tonight. Ball off the right. Hodney will push this one beyond the boundary. And the Bruins will throw in. Comes back to the middle of the field. Bergeron's there. Bergeron makes a play up the field. Hodney trying to get into it with her as well. Hodney able to take control of the ball. Surveys her options. Tries to step around a defender. Put it out for Giannopoulos, and what a save by Jade Eggert, who was just in the right place at the right time to make that stop. Boy, Giannopoulos has been all around it tonight and has been snake bit. Watch it again on the American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay. Good play here from Hodney, and she finds Giannopoulos very thin window. And Giannopoulos a quick turn, and somehow Eggert was in the right place. You could see there the ball found Eggert more than Eggert found the ball in that situation. Keeps it a 1-0 game. Another near miss for Grand Forks Red River. Now Cameron with a try, and Eggert with another save. Lots of pressure from Grand Forks Red River in the opening half as we play into minute number 33. Riders up just a goal. Taylor Hodney's effort in the 22nd minute makes it 1-0 on the all-true scoreboard. Another long stretch going down the field from Cameron, and running it down is Jaden Eggert to come up with another stop. Eggert will survey her options and drop kicks one back to the middle of the field. This will take a hop and come down in front of traffic. Bit of a run there from Cora Prohl, an 8th grade midfielder for Fargo South. Couldn't quite find an angle to get to it. Bergeron chips up the field for Reagan Hodney. And a play made by Ava Rudolph pushing this back to her defenders. And really quick transition here from Jaden Eggert as you can see some sun beginning to break out on the far side of the field. Hodney coming away with it for Grand Forks Red River. Hodney with the left foot again, coming back across the formation. She hit the crossbar, and Eggert comes up with another rundown of a ball. Riders have been all around it tonight. Another look again on the American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay. You see Hodney here finding her way to the middle of the field with the left foot again, and boy, she had a great angle on that, came down right where she wanted it to, but she could not find a way to get that one in. And Grand Forks Red River remains with just a 1-goal lead. Now some physical play that's going to lead to a free kick for Fargo South, and this will give the Bruins a bit of an opportunity. And we're going to see a stoppage on the field while they tend to an injured player. Let's take a timeout as well. They're brought to you tonight by Big Jim's Tire, your #1 supplier of egg tires in the region. We're back with more next.
It's game day, and whether you're feeding the family or the entire team, Hugo's is the place to go. Score big with favorites from the meat department, delicious fresh veggies, and don't forget about the bakery to celebrate the big win. Hugo's Family Marketplace, your game day headquarters.
Thief River Glass handles it all. Aluminum storefronts, auto glass, windows, shower enclosures, and more. Just like our athletes, we're built for every season. No job is too big or too small. Call 218-681-1333 for year-round dependable service.
When you're looking for a change of pace, a change of routine, or a change of scenery, we'll help you find what's next. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. For you, for life.
RBB Electric is proud to support local high school sports and the athletes who work hard every day. From the field to the classroom, dedication matters. Serving homes, businesses, and farms across the region, RBB Electric is honored to support our teams and communities.
Ready to launch your future? At Northland Community and Technical College, opportunity starts here. Train for high-demand technical and skilled trades or start with an affordable Associates of Arts degree and transfer with ease. Visit northlandcollege.edu.
The Kubota BX Series, rated #1 in durability and owner experience. Talk to your Kubota dealer to schedule a demo.
For expert sales and service, visit Acme Equipment or online at acmekubota.com.
The body shop you work with is your choice, so pick the local team with the service you trust. Modern Auto Body in Grand Forks can make it look like the accident never happened. Schedule an appointment for an estimate on our website or give us a call.
Spare Husband keeps homes running smoothly with trusted repairs, remodels, and every fix in between. JK Rents sets the scene with tables and chairs for weddings, parties, and celebrations. Together, they're proud local high school sports sponsors, supporting the teams and the community they call home.
Open all year round to the public, Eagles Crest offers space for holiday parties and family get-togethers. And of course, daily specials, appetizers, and all your favorites, including Sunday brunch buffets. Come in for the view and delicious meals at Eagles Crest Grill.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivard's Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Go to rivards.com.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Well, during the timeout, which was a bit lengthy, they had an injury that will result in a player being taken off the field for Fargo South. So welcome back to our coverage, high school soccer. Free kick coming up here for the Bruins as Ava Rudolph will step into a ball for the Bruins, with Grand Forks Red River leading by a score of 1-0. Meanwhile, they're going to tend to Sylvia Barnacle, who was the injured Bruin on the far side of the field, and looked like they were checking her to see whether or not she kind of had her faculties to her. That could be some sort of a concussion type of protocol that they put her in as they take out the gator and bring her off the field. And in the meantime, Fargo South is set up for a free kick. And we see the official gesturing out on the field, but we're not really sure what is going to happen here yet. Now Grand Forks Red River is going to make a couple of substitutions.
And number 14, Michaela Peters.
We'll see Ella Bryan, Michaela Peters coming back into the matchup. So Ella Bryan, Michaela Peters back in. And a free kick coming from Rudolph. And whoa, this was close. It got in on Kiana Cruz with a run right in front of her from Tamika Limvier. But Cruz was able to hold her ground and come up with the right play. Drop kick back out to the middle of the field. Giannopoulos off towards the right. Hodney is with it. Hodney ends up losing it beyond the boundary. Red River will throw in. Back to the middle of the field here. A turn and a look for Fargo South's Chloe Emerson. Back to the middle now for Bry. Bry taking a look off to the near side for Taylor Hodney. Hodney plays one over towards the far side of the field. And this is going to roll beyond the far boundary. Ball will come back in on a throw in and be deflected back up. This is left up in the air for the Rough Riders. Going to trickle back to Jaden Eggert, and Eggert will run it down. So Eggert runs it down for the Bruins. And Fargo South will boot it away as we're into minute number 35 here in the opening half. Sun breaking out. Lots of sunshine all of a sudden here, even though you can see clouds out in the distance to the east. Looks like some sunshine's going to follow it here tonight, so we might end up with a decent night. That sun was supposed to come warm things up. Never really did during the day, but if it does tonight, make it more comfortable for the fans that are here as Clara Machenbacher ends up losing one beyond the boundary. And Grand Forks Red River will have a throw in. Stay tuned. Halftime report coming up. We'll take you through the highlights from the opening half of play and get you ready for second half action. Throw in here for Taylor Hodney, waiting for it. She's got it. Crosser out to the midfield. Some empty space there. And we'll see Red River's Alexia Giannopoulos coming back to get a hold of it. Giannopoulos turning through traffic, takes a bit of a bump, leaves it back for Reagan Hodney. Comes to a stop, moves back to her left. Long range strike towards the net, just missed it. Another long range chance from Reagan Hodney. Ends up beyond the far side. Riders come back with another possession after the play up the field and another play beyond the boundary as another swing coming from Grand Forks Red River's Alexia Giannopoulos. She has been super aggressive throughout the course of the night. Abby Bockel will step in to do the kicking duties here for Fargo South. Bockel sends it away. Giannopoulos off the head. That led to a goal earlier tonight. Lily Cameron fighting for position. More physical play, and this time it'll be Fargo South that ends up with the opportunity to free kick. So the Bruins will have an opportunity to kick one away. And the kick comes up on the far side. Ends up being headed out of bounds by Grand Forks Red River. So we'll see a play coming in off the far boundary for the Bruins as they try to keep some pressure on here near the end of the opening half. Grand Forks Red River has been the team with all kinds of pressure so far tonight, but it's still just a 1-0 game right now. Lots of things can happen to change the complexion of this one. Here we see a good run coming free for Ella Bry. She's got numbers up the field. Hodney trying to save this one along the boundary. Comes back to her right, dribbles free of some pressure. Back to the open field again. Has an opportunity here, being run down by Rudolph from behind. Pulls through the traffic. Left it off for the right, and this will be played beyond the boundary by Sylvia Barnacle. Rather, by Jada Zimmerman, apologies. And Red River will throw in deep in South's territory. Giannopoulos back after it. Battle for control that comes out empty in the midfield. Limvier trying to get back to it. She and Guion playing in the midfield, trying to get some touches tonight. Giannopoulos crossing play here. Jaden Eggert runs that down. Eggert has been very, very busy tonight for Fargo South as we go to minute number 39 of the matchup tonight. Ball kicked away near side. Riders try to come up with control. Bria Miller out to Reagan Hodney. Hodney just runs past the defender. She's got a chance now off the left foot, and again, too much distance. Red River has had a chance to really make this a rout in the early going tonight. They've been in a distance a couple of different times. Eggert with some plays that have been very good, and Red River just a bit off in the way they struck at the ball tonight, as this will take us into minute number 40.
1 minute and a half.
So minute 40, set to roll. Kick away on the far side of the field. Guion looking to get control of it. She and Limvier looking for a play. Left back in the midfield for Ava Rudolph, but It was a bit behind her, and the Riders step in. Ella Bry. Bry trying to make a pass towards the near corner. That broken up by some defense from Sadie Young for Fargo South, and we'll see Bockel push one beyond the near boundary. 30 seconds for the Riders to work with. Comes in with Hodney. Hodney a turn, back up high. Little sidestep for Red River, and a shot that got deflected, that time coming from Addison Cutterba. Back out to the right. Ball picked up there by the Riders' Michaela Peters. That one taken out beyond the far boundary. And the countdown's in the background as the first half begins to come to a conclusion. Hodney puts a shot on that hit the side of the net. And that's going to be the end of the opening half of play. Red River with a scoring play from Taylor Hodney, set up by Alexia Giannopoulos. And a lot of big opportunities, but so far Jade Nagert has been big for Fargo South, and the Bruins are in the matchup, down a goal as we go to the locker room. At the end of the opening half, your score is 1-0. Grand Forks Red River leading Fargo South. Our halftime report brought to you by High Plains Water and by Grand Forks Welding and Machine. And we have that halftime report for you in just a couple of moments, so stay with us. This is our coverage of high school soccer on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports.
Open all year round to the public, Eagles Crest offers space for holiday parties and family get-togethers. And of course, daily specials, appetizers, and all your favorites, including Sunday brunch buffets. Come in for the view and delicious meals at Eagles Crest Grill.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, GrandTrailersales.com.
Rivals on the ice, united in the stands, and everyone's geared up from Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. Hockey gear, fan apparel, Nodak Pride, we've got it all and more. Locally owned, 1004 South Washington Street. Shop local, shop Jarrell's.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivards Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Go to Rivards.com.
Rivals on the ice, united in the stands, and everyone's geared up from Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. Hockey gear, fan apparel, Nodak Pride, we've got it all and more. Locally owned, 1004 South Washington Street. Shop local, shop Jarrell's.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, GrandTrailersales.com.
The way we live and work has changed, but our service and commitment remain. We're evolving to meet your insurance needs with answers where and when you need them most. Nodak Insurance Company.
Signature Graphics in East Grand Forks is your one-stop shop for all your branding and design needs. From embroidery, vinyl wrapping, laser print, and more, fully customized from start to finish, all in-house. Signature Graphics. We craft your vision. You watch it come to life.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
It's hard to explain what this feels like. We could try to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit True North Equipment at any of our 10 locations or at www.truenorthequipment.com.
This is the KNOX Intermission Report, presented by Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel, and High Plains Water, your source for awesome water.
Welcome back to our coverage of high school soccer tonight on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, KNOX Live Sports from Cushman Field this evening, where we have made our way to halftime here tonight. Our halftime report brought to you by High Plains Water, your source for awesome water in Grand Forks. Get a system from High Plains Water. Get great tasting water into your home. Get the chemicals out of your water. And why don't you get appliances that last longer, which is what you get with treated water from High Plains Water. No more of that scaly buildup around your fixtures. And when you've got appliances that last longer, that saves you real money. And our halftime report brought to you by Grand Forks Welding and Machine. They are the Men of Steel If you have a project that becomes, well, let's say important because of a breakdown during this planting season or again in the harvest season, Grand Forks Welding and Machine knows you need to get moving very fast. And if you've got repairs that need to be made, it's time for you to get those to Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel. Well, at the end of a half, it's 1-0, Grand Forks Red River on top. Doesn't really tell the story. Red River has had opportunity after opportunity tonight. In some cases, some great plays made by Fargo South goalkeeper Jaden Eggert. In some cases, some misfires from Grand Forks Red River that have put the ball a bit high throughout the course of the night, and that is what has kept the Riders from extending their 1-0 lead a little bit further tonight. As we take a look at our highlights on this one tonight, and our highlights brought to you this evening by American Family Insurance. Tyler Nagel, your agent in Greenup. Back to the middle of the field. Good header from Giannopoulos trying to get Taylor Hodney free. Hodney with a chance, and she scores. Giannopoulos will pick up the assist on this as Hawks Red River at that point. But then as we go a little bit further down the stretch, you'll see the Riders coming away with some near misses. Here's one from Alexia Giannopoulos right at the goalkeeper. Jaden Eggert making a play there for Fargo South. And then here's another opportunity for Red River where, again, the goalkeeper comes into play. Long-range strike and a hand off the crossbar to keep that one from Taylor Hodney coming in from long range. And that, of course, is just a couple of the near misses that Grand Forks Red River had in the opening half. But those are our first half highlights, and they're brought to you this evening by American Family Insurance and Tyler Nagel, your agent. The scoring summary with Who Lit the Lamp, brought to you by Bergstrom Electric. They make the lamp and the light shine brighter. And our scoring summary comes in the 22nd minute. Taylor Hodney tonight with a lone goal in this one, assisted by Alexia Giannopoulos. And that came in the 22nd minute of tonight's matchup. Again, great play in that matchup. Let's see. Back to the middle of the field. Good header from Giannopoulos trying to get Taylor Hodney free. Hodney with a chance, and she scores. Giannopoulos will pick up the assist on this as Hodney. Well, we apologize, folks. We'll go ahead and show you that replay one more time. We had just a little bit of a technical difficulty coming in that sequence. And so without further ado, let's get it to you the right way. We're working on some new setups that we have for soccer, and now we'll be able to kind of talk you through this. Here it is again, the header from Giannopoulos finding Taylor Hodney through a double team, and she hits the back of the net for a big goal to make it 1-0 in favor of Grand Forks Red River, and that is the lone scoring play. Taylor Hodney in the 26th minute from Alexia Giannopoulos. And that is a look at our scoring summary and Who Lit the Lamp, brought to you by Bergstrom Electric. And for Taylor Hodney, her 9th goal this season. At the halftime report, it's 1-0. 1-0, Red River on top of Fargo South. That is our halftime summary, brought to you tonight by High Plains Water, your source for awesome water, and brought to you tonight by Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel. We have more coming up with second half action next on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports.
Open all year round to the public, Eagles Crest offers space for holiday parties and family get-togethers. And of course, daily specials, appetizers, and all your favorites, including Sunday brunch buffets. Come in for the view and delicious meals at Eagles Crest Grill.
When the lights go out, count on the pros. Bergstrom Electric in Grand Forks, the area's largest full-service electrical contractor. From commercial builds to homes, they're trusted for quality, safety, and award-winning work. Call today, 701-775-8897.
Ready to launch your future? At Northland Community and Technical College, opportunity starts here. Train for high-demand technical and skilled trades or start with an affordable Associates of Arts degree and transfer with ease. Visit northlandcollege.edu.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. Pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. SprayAdvantage.com.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
The Ski and Bike Shop in Grand Forks. Gear up for ski season or hit the trails on a fat tire bike. At the Ski and Bike Shop, we offer top brands, ski and snowboard service, and everything you need for cold weather fun. The Ski and Bike Shop in Grand Forks, where your next adventure begins.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to GrandForksWelding.com.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
Big Jim's Tire is the area's #1 farm and ag tire supplier, and with harvest here, you want the best. Best tires, best service, and Big Jim's will get it done fast to get you moving again. Big Jim's Tire, Grand Forks.
This is the KNOX Intermission Report, presented by Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel, and High Plains Water, your source for awesome water.
Welcome back to our coverage of high school soccer tonight in the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network. KNOX Live Sports tonight from Cushman Field. It's 1-0. Grand Forks Red River leading Fargo South after the first half of play here tonight. And we get ready for half number 2 coming up here in just a bit. Our halftime report brought to you by High Plains Water, your source for awesome water in Grand Forks, and brought to you by Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel. And we are hopeful at some point, folks, that we'll be able to bring you some baseball coverage. We do believe we're going to be able to pull that off coming up on Thursday. Lord willing and the creek don't rise, where we're supposed to have some nice weather. And Grand Forks Central and Thompson playing in some non-conference baseball coming up on Thursday afternoon. That game was rescheduled today for Thursday, and it would be at Cushman Field. And that's what we're hopeful will be our next opportunity to be with you for high school sports coverage coming up on Thursday afternoon. We're getting ready for the start of second half play, and Fargo South will have the opening kickoff for the second half. Kickoff brought to you by Acme Equipment and Acme Tools. They're your Kubota dealers in Grand Forks. We're waiting for Fargo South to assemble their team. It would appear anyway. Cora Prohl will come back onto the field for the Bruins. And we're underway. Big kick from Ava Rudolph, who again has been impressive tonight. And this one's going to go beyond the back line, so the Rough Riders will have an opportunity to put one into play under their terms. But we've been really impressed with Ava Rudolph. We've seen her a couple of times now when she was up here to play Central, and now also tonight against Red River. And that's a very good midfielder. Ava Rudolph is someone that can command some possession, a little space, and has broken up a lot of plays that the Riders have tried to move up the field. Giannopoulos has been all around it tonight in a little snake bit. Here's a run off the right for Red River, trying to open up Maya Nicola. Nicola getting to one first, driving in tight, tries to put her back to a defender, then makes a bit of a crosser of it and ends up putting it back behind the net. Good pass from Hodney to open up Maya Nicola. And Nicola made a good run on that. It looked like she was going to be caught. And in the long run, got a foot on it first and was able to keep the ball moving up the field. So we'll see a play coming in from Fargo South's Abby Bockel. And Bockel will send one over towards the right. We'll see if Barnacle has come back on the field. She was shaken up earlier in the match. Went off and they were tending to her. Based on the way they took her off the field, I'd be surprised. That isn't Barnacle. That's over there. That is Sadie Young that stepped into her spot. So the Bruins may be down a defender due to a player that was shaken up earlier in the night. Little scrum in front of the Bruins net, comes back out to Red River defensively. Reagan Hodney trying to open things up. Hodney on the right, coming back towards the middle of the field. Broken up. Back out to Taylor Hodney, another long-range try that ends up wide. And Grand Forks Red River will turn the ball back to Fargo South. We have not seen Reese Rems tonight for Grand Forks Red River. Not sure if there's an injury or something keeping her away from the match tonight, but the Riders have been very potent. But with Reese Rems on the field, they would be obviously a real juggernaut. She's a great athlete for Grand Forks Red River, and we haven't seen her play so far tonight. Ball ends up beyond the near boundary. And a throw in off the near side that'll be pushed back up the field for Red River's Adley Smart. And this is going to end up beyond the near boundary. Not going to be a corner kick. It'll be a throw in for Red River near the corner. And we'll see how the Riders decide to play it. There has not been a corner kick so far tonight for either team. Peters throws into Giannopoulos looking to get control. And some distance fought off there by Jada Zimmerman. And this ends up off of Giannopoulos beyond the back line. Fargo South will have it in their possession once again. Minute number 4 of the second half of play. And this one sent back out towards the middle of the field off the turf. Reagan Hodney trying to control it. Ball back to Hodney. Playing off to the left, and a give-and-go game there for Taylor Hodney coming back in. But once more broken up by Rudolph, and now Rudolph and Hodney match up for the ball. And Hodney comes away with it. Leaves it for Reagan Hodney. She'll take a strike at it and put that one up and over the bar. And once again, Fargo South will have it. Our coverage of tonight's matchup brought to you by PS Garage Doors. Call 772-DOOR. That's 772-DOOR for PS Garage Doors, where the PS stands for perfect service at PS Garage Doors. Again, 772-DOOR. That's 772-DOOR for PS Garage Doors. And here's a shot from Alexia Giannopoulos that stopped. Another play for Giannopoulos in front of the net. And once more, Jaden Eggert makes a big save in the matchup. Ball back out to midfield off the drop kick. Play near side. Bruins come up with the cover. It's Jada Zimmerman. Back towards the right. Here comes Ella Bry up the field, trying to leave one in the corner for Hodney. Hodney got around 2 defenders on the play. Works off the back end of the field. Puts it out high. And a try coming wide. Another try from Ella Bry. That will take a one-hop in and be run down by Jaden Eggert. And Fargo South will turn away another opportunity to score from Grand Forks Red River. Ball back out to Limveer in the middle of the field. And the ball ends up beyond the boundary. This will be picked up by Red River's Bria Miller. Miller throws in. Reagan Hodney looking to get control of it. Hodney turns up the field. Running off towards the left. Leaves one for Taylor Hodney. Hodney with a body in her back from Machenbacher is able to get away from pressure. Now Hodney with a chance to strike and a big hand save. Jaden Eggert is there to push that one up and over the bar. Boy, another big play for Hodney from long range. And once more, Jaden Eggert knew how to play it. Got a hand underneath it, pushed it up over the bar. But it will result in the first corner kick of the night. Grand Forks Red River will earn a corner, and it will be Alexia Giannopoulos from the left corner. Giannopoulos sends it up the middle. There's a scrum with the ball down on the turf, and the Riders can't get to it. Ella Bry was the nearest target. That will end up beyond the back line. Coverage of tonight's matchup brought to you by Rivard's Turf and Forage. Premium seed dealer in Grand Forks. You can find them online at Rivards.com. Rivard's Turf and Forage keeps records of all of their seed mixes. They have science and longevity on their side. When the state, federal government contracts come up, they're looking for people like Rivards who do all their mixing right here in their own mixing plant with their seed varieties in Grand Forks. Turf and Forage products trying to bring in that big buck this year or just beautifying. Rivards.com. They have you covered at Rivards.com with all of their products. They bring you our coverage tonight. Ball back towards the middle. Riders trying to run it down. And for a moment, Emma Guion came away with the ball, sent it off towards the near sideline, trying to find Cora Prohl. Prohl turned around, but Guion comes right back to it. And this is played back up the field. Oh, a header came off awkwardly. Bruins with a chance there, and we see a little screen that was thrown on the body by Michaela Peters to keep the Bruins away from that. And now a ball deflected out of bounds by Cora Prohl. And Red River will throw this ball in, but that was a header that got away from the Rough Riders. Keep in mind, although Red River's been the superior team in this one tonight, it's 1-0. It's anybody's soccer matchup right now. Giannopoulos out to the middle of the field looking for Reagan Hodney. Hodney getting on the run against Ava Rudolph, and Hodney able to gain a step. Now pushes between two defenders. She's in tight, but another chance that goes wide. She was looking to set things up on the right for Maya Nicola, and Nicola could not possess cleanly beyond the back line and back to Fargo South. Well, it looks like the guys in the concession stand are bringing out free pretzels and popcorn. This may be a first in Cushman Field history. They're distributing free food tonight to the fans. If they would only make it up to the press box, one of those pretzels looked pretty good. In the middle, Rudolph sending one down the field. The only player there will be Adley Smart for Grand Forks Red River. Smart will run it down and looks up the middle of the field, trying to make something happen. Giannopoulos comes back into the play, can't quite hold on to control. Back to Smart. Long run to get to it. Boots this one beyond the near boundary. And Fargo South goes to work on trying to flip the field. Jada Zimmerman coming over for a throw-in. We're in minute number 49 of the matchup. And the Bruins are going to make a change. Natalia Chelland, a senior defender, coming into the matchup.
Coming after the Bruins, number 11, Natalia Chelland.
They're going to take Ava Rudolph and give her a break. And I'll tell you what, when Ava Rudolph isn't playing for Fargo South, you've got some big shoes to fill if you're the Bruins, because Rudolph has been very good every time we've seen her. Giannopoulos trying to get free, just run down from behind. Takes a bit of a hit from Chloe Emerson. Emerson's been a physical player tonight as an 8th grader and ends up running down Giannopoulos from behind, who tumbles, but apparently is going to be okay. And the Riders will get a free kick from shorter range here. And I believe it's going to be Reagan Hodney that will take the free kick. So we'll see how the Riders set this play up. There haven't been a lot of set plays tonight for Red River. Hodney has a wall in front of her, offset to her right. She's a lefty kicker, tries to put a bend into this one. Eggert's right there, makes another stop for for Fargo South. Eggert has been busy tonight. And she will kick away again for the Bruins. Comes out to the middle of the field. Reagan Hodney trying to run it down. And Hodney with a good takeaway. Looks up the field now, trying to find an option. Gets around Machenbacher. Has a chance to cut back to her left. She's in tight. Another shot. And it hit the goalposts back behind the soccer goal. Boy, another one that's high from Grand Forks Red River. They've had a lot miss way up tonight. 1-0 on the all-true scoreboard. Red River leading by a goal from Taylor Hodney in the 22nd minute from Alexia Giannopoulos. Giannopoulos pulls one free. Now she has another chance, a quick turn. And again, we see Jaden Eggert there to make another stop. Giannopoulos has had a handful of shots tonight. I mean, she's approaching 10 shots. She's been all over it tonight. Lots of quick turns in front of the net. And Jaden Eggert has had her number, or Giannopoulos has been just off. Reagan Hodney looking to take control. Machenbacher back for it for Fargo South. Now Taylor Hodney dribbles away from her. Hodney in the middle of the field. She cut through defenders and just had one defender to beat. It was deflected before she'd get free. And now here's another play coming from Ella Bry. Left out in front of her. And again, Eggert is there to make another stop. Boy, I'll tell you what, if the EDC had those like goalkeeper of the week, forward of the week, defender of the week, you know, the kind of like they do in the college level, Jaden Eggert would have goalkeeper of the week sewn up right now. She's been that busy tonight. I'm not sure what the number of saves is, but she's racking up numbers for people to look at. And we'll see the Bruins play in. Ball off towards the left. Ella Bry fighting for it. Comes back towards the left and is played back up the field on a good strike from Addison Cutterba. And it's out of bounds off of Taylor Hodney. Riders trying to speed the game up. Hodney throws it in. Just kind of threw it for some distance, but that was broken up by Abby Bockel of Fargo South. And now a fight is Guion trying to get free in the middle of the field. Comes back defensively to Coley Emerson. Back to Guion. And a pass of the field looking for Tamika Limvier. She's defended well by Addison Cutterba, who gets back and sends that one beyond the boundary. So the Bruins, another chance to get back up in Red River's territory. We'll see what Fargo South does here, trying to set a play. They throw in, looking for Guion. Both she and Limvier were around the ball. But this will just be booted back beyond the far boundary by Addison Cutterba. Cutterba was there basically defending Limvier and Guion by herself. And that's not an easy thing to do. Bry steps in for a play off the body. Reagan Hodney dances one out to the middle of the field, and Taylor Hodney gets run down out the middle of the field, that time by Abby Bockel. So we'll see a free kick coming out in the middle of the field here from Grand Forks Red River. Our coverage brought to you tonight by Grand Trailer Sales, your home for everything trailer in East Grand Forks. Grand Trailer Sales on the east end of East Grand Forks, whether it's a new trailer or service on your existing trailer. They have you covered at Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks. They bring you our coverage of high school soccer tonight. 1-0, Grand Forks Red River on top. Ball played to the middle of the field for Jada Zimmerman. Let's come back for Red River. Bry leaving a pass off for Hodney. Now Taylor Hodney. Give and go with Reagan Hodney. Hodney's in tight, and she just mishit it. Taylor Hodney, Reagan Hodney, little give and go action, and couldn't quite bring that back towards the net. It will result in a corner kick as Jade Nager got a hand on it, but once again, Red River got in tight on Jade Nager. And we'll see another corner coming up for the Rough Riders. Alexia Giannopoulos in the left corner of the field to try to put one in striking distance for the Rough Riders. Giannopoulos has the go-ahead. Good corner here, good range, body in front of it. Diving stop by Jade Nager before Addison Cutterbuck could step in and make a play. Boy, that's another good read for Jade Nager, who's made so many good plays tonight. You watch this again on the American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay. This is a good corner from Giannopoulos. Comes down with the scrum in front, and Jade Nager just dives out to make sure there wasn't one more opportunity for Red River to touch the ball. But Jade Nager has been a force tonight for Fargo South. Hodney on the left, coming back to Taylor Hodney. Hodney's in tight again. A turn, left it back out in front. Giannopoulos will fire and score. And finally, Giannopoulos finds her way to the back of the net tonight. Red River takes a 2-0 lead. And I believe you'll see an assist on this for Taylor Hodney. And the goal will come in minute number 56 here this evening. We take a look at it again in the American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay. Here's Hodney with a setup, just left it back behind her, and this time Giannopoulos in the right spot and just kind of goes short-sided with it, if you will. Coming back to Jade Nagert's right, where she had a bit of a window to work with. It's minute number 56 tonight, and Giannopoulos is on the board. Taylor Hodney picking up the assist, and Hodney, of course, was the recipient of an assist from Giannopoulos earlier this evening. And Red River takes a 2-0 lead. So the Riders now with a little bit of breathing room as Fargo South has made this a really tight matchup tonight. Giannopoulos again in front of the net. Left back towards the right. Long run to get there for Red River out of the midfield. And it's turned up the field by Brindley Bosflug, who will turn it back to the corner. And this is deflected out of bounds by the Bruins. And we'll see Red River play it in off the near boundary. But when you're in a one-goal game and you're facing Fargo South's Tamika Limvier and Emma Guion, it just takes one mistake. And corner coming up here now for Red River after Giannopoulos had a strike that was deflected beyond the back line. It just takes one mistake for that to end up in a bad spot. So to get that second goal is a big deal for the Rough Riders, even though they had seemingly control of the matchup. Here's the corner. This comes from Hodney. Played a bit high. Looking for some control in front of the net. And a long-range strike that will be up and over the crossbar coming from Brindley Bosflug. So back to Fargo South. Will go the possession. 2-0 lead in favor of Grand Forks Red River. Nearly halfway through the second half. We're into minute number 58 right now. And Reagan Hodney coming away with it again. Towards the far side, Machenbacher looking to get a piece of this. This is angled back to the near side of the field. Giannopoulos with a short strike and nearly to the far side for Lily Cameron. She couldn't quite catch up with it. Cameron was closing in on that ball and couldn't quite get a touch on it. It will give Alexia Giannopoulos another chance on a corner kick. So Alexia Giannopoulos will step over to the far side and put another in play. This one a little higher again. Hodney trying to get control of it. She has it. Then left it a bit too shallow, and this is played back out to the middle of the field for the Bruins. Anna Torgerson stepping in, senior defender, to get a piece of this. And now Red River having to come back from down in the scoring area to try to regain some control. Guion stepping in, but out-dribbled for the ball. This comes back to empty space, played away by Jada Zimmerman to the middle of the field. Good strike that time by Zimmerman. Comes off towards the right where Prohl will try to run it down. That one deflected away from Prohl. Adley Smart stepping into the ball. Smart moving off towards the right, finding Reagan Hodney in the middle of the field. She looks for Taylor Hodney through the wickets, but Hodney able to run it down. Now gets a step, then ran over a defender on a bit of a collision. Ball cleared back out towards the left. And Fargo South will look to take some possession. This will be run up the field by Sadie Young. Young gets turned around on a play coming off the left. And a ball goes down the far sideline where no one will be able to catch up to it. And the Bruins will get it back. Take a look at what's coming up in the Eastern Dakota Conference.
The Riders, number 7, Ella Bry.
As we see some changes coming up here. There will be more matchups coming up on Thursday. Fargo North will be here on Thursday with Grand Forks Central in girls soccer. Red River goes to Fargo Davies. That's a big matchup for the Rough Riders. Davies has struggled out of the blocks this season, but if you're going to go win an EDC number 1 spot in the state tournament, sort of the modified EDC regular season title, well, that path typically goes through Fargo Davies and on the road. On top of that, Shanley's at West Fargo. Fargo South will be at home to take on West Fargo Cheyenne. And, you know, with the defense that Fargo South can play, you know, really, folks, they can play with a lot of teams. It's just worth mentioning that even though they haven't scored a lot, and that's something they're still working on, they've had a very, very low-scoring offense this season, but their midfield play is pretty good. Their defense is pretty good. Obviously, they've got a great goalkeeper. And so this is a Fargo South team that down the road could surprise somebody, get a few points maybe they're not supposed to get, give themselves a chance. Play out towards Giannopoulos in the middle of the field, trying to make a quick close on it. Back to her left. Now looking to face up. Instead, steps away, leaves it for Reagan Hodney, who keeps one low. That's deflected. Back out high. Good step for control. Long-range strike just wide from Addison Cutterba. Nice play that time by Addison Cutterba. Long-range strike just off.
In for the Bruins, number 14, Catherine Molly. And in for the Rough Riders, number 14, Michaela Peters.
And Fargo South will play it away after the strike from Cutterba that got free. Ella Bry comes up the field for Red River. She's got some space. Tries to sneak one in for Taylor Hodney, broken up. Ball back to Hodney, who will strike at it. Another diving stop is made. Coming back to the right. Believe we have a new goalkeeper here. This is Ella Tuff, a senior, that's come in as a goalkeeper here for Fargo South. So a lot of work for Jaden Eggert earlier tonight. And Ella Tuff is going to come in and have an opportunity. Not sure about why the goalkeeping changed, but Fargo South maybe trying to get a senior some work here as well. Here comes Giannopoulos, long-range chance that goes right through the goalposts and again is off, and Giannopoulos frustrated. She's got a goal tonight, but Giannopoulos could have a wicker basket full of goals tonight. She's had some really tough shots, plays that have just been off here or there. She hasn't been able to get the right angle on. Left them high, left them over the bar, whatever the case may be. Play back into the middle of the field. Riders trying to take control. 2-0 Red River on the all-true scoreboard. Taylor Hodney getting free. And Hodney will have one defended out of bounds by Abby Bockel of Fargo South. We're in minute number 63. Ball with Hodney on the right. Hodney running free. Stepping out front. Tried to make a pass down low. Long-range chance again coming this time from Michaela Peters. Too high as Ella Tuff will take a look at that one go up and over the bar. And Tuff will redirect one to the right. I mean, if you're Jaden Eggert, you played a heck of a match tonight, whether it's just time to get a little bit of a breather and let someone else step in and take some minutes. Hopefully it wasn't for performance, because Jaden Eggert performed extremely well tonight for Fargo South. You never know what a goalkeeping change is all about. Here's a chance from the left that will score. And Grand Forks Red River puts themselves on the board from long range, this time for the third goal of the night.
Rough Rider goal number 11,
Lily Cameron will get into the act of scoring here this evening. 63rd minute for Cameron. So Cameron scores the third goal tonight. Let's take a look at it on the American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay. And you'll see the chance coming here from Lily Cameron. Just a long-range chance from Cameron, and uses the whole net. Pushes it back to her right. And no chance for anybody to catch it up. And it doesn't look like anybody was as surprised as the goal went in as Lily Cameron. But Cameron will make it a 3-0 lead now for Grand Forks Red River. So the Riders lead by a score of 3-0. Grand Forks Red River now trying to put the finishing touches on this one tonight. But Lily Cameron comes up with a goal.
And number 8, Reagan Hodney.
Reagan Hodney returns, as does Addison Bergeron. Play comes back to Ella Tuff, the goalkeep, and Taylor Hodney still hunting out there. Not done with this one as of yet. Ball over to the far boundary as we play into minute number 64 here in the first, rather second, I should say in the game. Riders up 3-0, trying to move their way to 9 points in the league tonight. You see drive for the title coming into this evening. Red River, a 2-0 mark in the league, 3-0 overall, looking to go to 4-0 and move to 9 points, which would keep them in first place in the Eastern Dakota Conference tonight. And in the driver's seat now after a couple of goals here second half. Hodney, long-range chance, too long. And back to Fargo South. So the Bruins will get this one back. And yeah, just one of those situations for the Bruins where you're up against a really good team tonight, and they played a solid defensive game this evening and a solid midfield game as well. But when Red River put the pressure on, they just never really let it relax, and Riders didn't allow too many opportunities either for the big guns from Fargo South tonight. Back out in front, another big play, another miss. Up and over the bar. Is that Giannopoulos again? No. That was Addison Cutterbud that put that one up and over the bar. It seems like everybody that has a bun in their hair is missing high tonight. I don't know what's going on. It's been weird to watch that all night long. You're trying to tell these players apart. They're a long way away. Here ball goes loose. Hodney turning in front of the net. Has that one deflected. Step back to it for Lily Cameron, who scored the last goal for Red River. Now ball booted loose, and play back out towards the midfield for the Bruins coming from Anna Torgerson. Taken away by Red River. We'll see Catherine Mahal step into a ball and play it back to the middle as well. Limvier back dribbling. Bergeron stepped in front of her. Ball goes back to the middle for Reagan Hodney. Hodney down the sideline. Good pass here. Taylor Hodney trying to step in front, and a big sliding play made by Ella Tuff to come out, give up the body, and take one away from Hodney, who was closing in on another scoring opportunity for Grand Forks Red River. Post-game report coming up. During the post-game show, we'll take you through the highlights that we have in this one tonight. So stay tuned. We'll show you some of the plays that have made this one a fun one here tonight. All that coming up in our post-match report that we'll have for you this evening. So that on the way. And again, hoping to get back into more high school sports coming up on Thursday. A late move today to reschedule baseball between Grand Forks Central and Thompson. And that would be our next hope to bring you coverage of high school sports. That would be on Thursday. We'll wait for a good game time and let you know, but likely 4:30 start time for that. Ball loose out in front of the net. Another chance for Cameron. Ground ball in on Tuff, and Tuff will make the stop. And Fargo South will watch as their goalkeeper drop kicks one back out to the middle of the field. Ball on the right boundary, can't be caught by the Bruins' Sadie Young. But the Bruins will have a throw-in of it. And Red River will make a short bounce of one. Limvier trying to play a little bit of a possession game here, but another ball deflected out of bounds over on the far side. That may have been Peyton Devlin, a senior, that knocked that out of bounds. Lights beginning to take some effect here tonight. Throw in now from Red River on the far boundary. Devlin trying to play one free. Came up and got Alyssa Fowler a bit high. She kind of grimaced, but not going to be called for a hand on the ball there. Riders will throw in again. Ball back to the middle for Bergeron, a bit too deep. Riders go back to get to it defensively. Crossing pass from Cutterba. And boy, Red River makes a good transition of this. Play up the near side, trying to find Ella Bry on a run up the field. This is turned back, but another good play at a long-range strike by Michaela Peters that will hop in on Tuff. But Peters and Bry had a really nice two-player game on the right sideline there to get that one free and get it up the field. Reagan Hodney still on the field for Red River. Taylor Hodney getting a break at this point. Ball comes back out in the middle of the field. Long run for the Bruins to get to it for Cora Prohl. And now a strike up the field coming from Bergeron. And this will be booted out of bounds off the near side for Red River. Brinley Boasflug with a throw in for Grand Forks Red River coming up. And we'll wait and see some changes here. Red River will send Alexia Giannopoulos back into the matchup. And London Flanagan will come in as well. Senior midfielder. Flanagan, a big part of the Red River basketball program the last couple of years. And comes on for some minutes here in the soccer matchup tonight as well. Ball ends up off of Red River and beyond the near boundary as we get ready to move into minute number 71. Into minute 70 right now. Riders leading 3-0. Ball off the near side for Fargo South. Prohl trying to turn it back towards the middle. A turn to step through a double team by Lily Cameron. Cameron trying to make another shot of it, twisting. Goes loose, but Ella Bry finding some space. Got one low through a pair of defenders, but that rolls in on Ella Tuff, who will make a stop for Fargo South. Ball booted strong to the far boundary. And a crosser out towards the middle of the field. But the Riders look to run down. Leave it off the right. This one scoots up the near side of the field where Adley Smart will come up with it. Smart fights her way through some traffic. and plays one down the near boundary, and that one's going to roll beyond the near sideline, and Fargo South will have it on a throw-in. Post-game report brought to you by Spring Advantage and by the Ski and Bike Shop coming up next. Spray Advantage, everything you need for spraying an application on your farm. The Ski and Bike Shop, where your next adventure awaits. And we'll bring you the highlights of tonight's matchup as a ball is booted beyond the near boundary from Brindley Boastflug. And Fargo South will throw in again. Crowd a little subdued here tonight. A little bit of a chill beginning to come in. We don't really have a big crowd for this one tonight. It actually didn't turn out to be perhaps a lot bigger than maybe some of the previous crowds that we've had, because at the finish of this one, it's still going to be chilly out there. Nothing like that Central game that we had with Fargo South a week ago. That one was bone-chilling cold. Reagan Hodney coming up the field, getting free in open space. Long-range strike, and again high. Boy, Red River's had that as their game plan today. That ball rolls all the way to the back fence. And that may have actually gotten under the fence.
Coming in for the Riders, number 18, Ida Sagwa.
No, it did not. But it rolled all the way past the scoreboard here at Cushman Field. I haven't seen one roll that far before. Obviously, they have another ball in there, but the ball rollers that have to go retrieve that, they've got a little bit of a run to take care of there. Bruins will kick away. Giannopoulos knocks it down again. Played back towards the right by Fargo South. And a step up for Red River coming from Brindley Boastflug. She can't get free with it, but be played out by a Bruin, and Boastflug will throw in. Good body use here by Ella Bry to screen off a defender, and now Bry runs wide to the corner and then absolutely whiffs on a playback across the middle. Ella Bry's just a freshman. Somebody get video of that one and save it for the graduation ceremony. That one will be fun to show her down the middle or down the stretch of her career. Made a turn, just made a great play to get free, and then was trying to make a crossing pass, and it was just a swing and a miss, and she ends up crumpling. She's still out there, though, and is the intended target of this throw-in as the Bruins defend one beyond the near boundary once more. As minute 73 is about to come to a close, and we'll play to minute 74. Again, post-game report. We'll come back with our post-game awards. Player of the Game Award brought to you by PS Garage Doors. And we'll have our Finest Auto Trim, Finest Cover of the Game Award coming up as well. Ball loose in the middle. Riders getting in some of their junior varsity matchups now, along with Giannopoulos, who's still out there. Giannopoulos fighting a ball free. Man, she's had great opportunities to dribble tonight. Complete control of her game this evening, except the shot has just gotten away from her. And she also got stoned a little bit by Jaden Eggert on a couple of plays. One big one back in that first half. Here's one that rolls through against Ella Tuff, and Red River's going to tack one more on tonight. Riders will score in minute number 74 and take a 4-0 lead.
Rough Rider goal number 23, Peyton Devlin.
Peyton Devlin will come up with the goal for Grand Forks Red River. Great opportunity for her to get in the act. As we take a look at it again on the American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay, and there's the shot that just kind of rolled through the wickets that time. Devlin got it in, and Tuff had come in as the replacement goalkeeper, and in that situation didn't quite have the right measure on it. Rolls through the legs, and the Riders make it 4-0. 4 goals, 4 different players tonight for Grand Forks Red River. Hodney, Giannopoulos, Cameron, and now Peyton Devlin, a senior midfielder that has an opportunity to play down the stretch and comes up with a nice play to help tack on to Grand Forks Red River's lead. So the Riders set to go to 4-0 overall, 3-0 in the league, 9 points in the Eastern Dakota Conference. Big one coming up on Thursday night in Fargo. Grand Forks Red River and Fargo Davies on Thursday night. That's a big matchup in Eastern Dakota Conference girls soccer. Riders will throw in to the middle of the field, and a ball off of Ella Bry and then off of a South defender. So another throw in coming up for Red River. Boastflug will throw it in. And Bry again trying to use the body for a screen and played that up the field, but they'll say that one got beyond the near boundary. So Fargo South will gain possession of the ball back, and Natalia Chelland will throw in for the Bruins as we play through minute 75. Giannopoulos. Another bit of dribbling. That time that one got away from her. Giannopoulos played a nice game tonight, but boy, I'll tell you what, a couple of strikes here or there, and Jaden Eggert doesn't quite make a big play. Giannopoulos got a hat trick or then some. She has had a huge, huge night tonight. A goal and an assist tonight for Giannopoulos. Bry taking away with the field. And we see London Flanagan coming over to pressure a ball. Back to Bry. Bry looking across the formation to Reagan Hodney. Hodney trying to widen out and then dart through traffic, and she has a chance. Fires, and there's Tuff. And Tuff comes up with a nice save for Fargo South. Boy, that's a good play by Reagan Hodney. Able to squirt through defense and made something happen there. Ball back out. Giannopoulos, a header. Gets the ball back. Tries to turn away with some dribbling and plays a ball strongly to the near boundary. And that will go back to Fargo South on a throw-in. Throw-in comes out to the middle of the field. Tamika Limvier. One of the parts of this matchup that will not be talked about enough tonight because Red River had so many offensive opportunities, but the inability for Fargo South to find Tamika Limvier and Emma Guion in the matchup. Red River was very strong defensively in the midfield. Limvier and Guion are great players, and we saw that against Grand Forks Central. They are dangerous. As you see Limvier coming away here, tried to get a shot away low, deflected, but when plays went there to Limvier to Guion, Red River's defense was spectacular. And the other part of this tonight is that plays didn't get there very often. The Riders really controlled where the ball was when they got it on Fargo's south side of the field. They kept it on the Bruins side of the field and didn't allow the Bruin playmakers to be a factor tonight. Couple of rushes from Limvier, that was it. And each time that Limvier came up the field, Red River's defense was able to recover rather quickly. Otherwise, the recipe for the Bruins was right in the midfield defensively, but they've got to get a stretch or two with Limvier, and they've got to find a way to score. This is a team that's only scored 3 goals so far this season. They're going to have to find a way to put some goals on the board if they're going to be able to take what they have in the midfield in goalkeeping and turn it into some seasonal success. Pass towards Bry on the right side. Going to go a bit strong as the 78th minute, halfway home. Riders making a change. Ada Sagwa's in the matchup. A junior forward. Had a chance to come up the field that time and make a pass towards the right for Ella Bry. Watched Asagwa a little bit in the JV matchup tonight. Big physical player. She's got a chance to do some things for Grand Forks Red River on the offensive side as well. Giannopoulos turning towards the left. Leaves one off there, crossing pass towards Asagwa, but we'll see Ella Tuff step up and cut that one down. Inside at 2 minutes to go. Riders with a chance to take their record to 4-0 tonight and 3-0 inside the league. And this one just kind of a matter of time now before they get there in that situation. Ball back on the far side of the field. Riders trying to play it back. And a ball deflected off towards the right. A step in from Hodney, making a bit of an improvised crosser. That actually got through. Rider offense wasn't home on the backside of it. The ball ends up beyond the back line.
1 minute. 1 minute.
We're into the final minute of play, and Grand Forks Red River will have a corner kick coming up. So a corner kick for the Rough Riders, leading 4-0. Kick kept low. Good corner from Hodney and a header that pushes it onto the line and back. And the ball will go back to the Bruins, I believe. Nope, that was headed beyond the back line by Fargo South. So another opportunity here for Grand Forks Red River on the corner kick inside of a half minute to go. This time the corner a bit deep. London Flanagan, a nice play to keep this in scoring distance. And scrum in front of the net, and there's a shot and a score for Ada Asagwa. 5-0 Grand Forks Red River, as Ada Asagwa will score in the 80th minute.
For number 18, Ada Asagwa.
So Ada Asagwa will score in minute 80. Let's take a look at it again on the American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay. And right there's Asagwa just staying with it. And as we mentioned, her physical play, she's able to force her way through a pair of defenders and put that one home. And Grand Forks Red River leads by a score of 5-0. They tack on with the final 10 seconds about to roll off.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ada Asagwa puts the final distance on this one tonight, and Grand Forks Red River remains undefeated. They pick up 3 points in the Eastern Dakota Conference tonight with a final score of 5-0 in their victory this evening over Fargo South. We'll come back with our post-game report next. This is our coverage of high school soccer on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, KNOX Live Sports, our highlights, and a wrap-up with our player awards on the way next.
Open all year round to the public, Eagles Crest offers space for holiday parties and family get-togethers. And of course, daily specials, appetizers, and all your favorites, including Sunday brunch buffets. Come in for the view and delicious meals at Eagles Crest Grill.
When the lights go out, count on the pros. Bergstrom Electric in Grand Forks, the area's largest full-service electrical contractor. From commercial builds to homes, they're trusted for quality, safety, and award-winning work. Call today, 701-775-8897.
Ready to launch your future? At Northland Community and Technical College, opportunity starts here. Train for high-demand technical and skilled trades, or start with an affordable Associates of Arts degree and transfer with ease. Visit northlandcollege.edu.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
Nothing feels or performs better than a properly fitted golf club. Whether it's irons, driver, or putter, call us today for your free club fitting. For over 30 years, the Golf Center in Grand Forks has been your club fitting leader.
Valley Truck in East Grand Forks is proud to support our local high school athletes. With over 400 years of combined experience, they keep our community moving on and off the field. Trusted repairs, quality parts, and support for the next generation.
This is the KNOX Postgame Show, brought to you by the Ski and Bike Shop and Spray Advantage.
Welcome back to our coverage of high school soccer tonight in the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network at KNOX Live Sports. Our post-game report tonight brought to you by Spray Advantage. Everything you need for spraying an application on your farm, and by the Ski and Bike Shop, where your next adventure awaits. Boy, Red River tacks on down the stretch with a couple of goals in the final 6 minutes tonight, and they win by a final score of 5-0 this evening. Red River improves to 4-0 overall, 3-0 in the league, 9 points in the conference, and they remain in first place. And we see Fargo South stay at 3 points in the league. Their league record will now drop to 1-2 inside Eastern Dakota Conference play. They'll be 1-3 overall tonight. A great game played by Red River, and yet very solid defensive game played by Fargo South tonight. Jade Nagert was very impressive defensively for the Bruins. Had to make save after save. You'll see some of those coming up as we roll through our highlights from this one tonight. But in the end, the Rough Riders with just too much offense up the field. 5 goals from 5 different players tonight. And Grand Forks Red River wins it by a final score of 5-0. Let's take a look at the highlights that we had for you this evening. They're brought to you by American Family Insurance. Tyler Nagel, your agent. Here's the scoring start. Alexia Giannopoulos finding a seeing eye pass for Taylor Hodney. And Hodney with that left foot making it 1-0 Grand Forks Red River. That was in the opening half. Took a while to get there. Then some near misses for the Rough Riders here tonight. You see Hodney coming free. Left this one for Giannopoulos. Great strike by Giannopoulos right in front of the net. Only Jade Nagert knew exactly where to be to keep Giannopoulos from scoring on that. Then later, you see another from Hodney that's pushed up into the crossbar. Hand save, 1-0 Red River. That was at the break. Then later on tonight, Red River on the corner. You'd see another big play coming in. Diving stop there made by Jaden Eggert with some players in front of her. Remained 1-0 at that point. We go a little bit deeper into the matchup. Here, Red River will get on the board again. Great play coming from distance this time. That's Alexa Giannopoulos. Little short-sided on it. Beautiful read by Giannopoulos, who had been all around it tonight. Made it 2-0 at that point. And then Red River scoring their third. This is Lily Cameron from distance for the Rough Riders. Long-range strike across the net. Red River makes it 3-0. They tack on with a couple late, and they make it a 5-0 win tonight. Grand Forks Red River gets the victory here at Cushman Field this evening. Scoring summary brought to you by Bergstrom Electric with Who Lit the Lamp. Brought to you by Bergstrom Electric. They make the lamp and the light shine brighter. Taylor Hodney in the 22nd minute from Alexia Giannopoulos. Then Alexia Giannopoulos from Taylor Hodney tonight. That came in minute 56. Lily Cameron in the 63rd. Peyton Devlin in minute 74. And in minute 80, Ada Asagwa stepping into the matchup. And the junior varsity player scores a varsity goal tonight in minute 80. And that's Who Lit the Lamp, brought to you by Bergstrom Electric. Again, Taylor Hodney with a goal and an assist, and Alexia Giannopoulos with a goal and an assist this evening. Let's take a look at our post-game awards before we wrap things up tonight. Our Player of the Game Award brought to you tonight by PS Garage Doors, where the PS stands for perfect service at PS Garage Doors. Call 772-DOOR. That's 772-DOOR for PS Garage Doors. In Grand Forks and Devils Lake, they can service any make and model of garage door. And if it's time for a new one, they have you covered at PS Garage Doors. So get that new garage door before graduation. Well, tonight, Alexia Giannopoulos is going to be our Player of the Game Award winner for Grand Forks Red River. She had so many opportunities this evening. Produced a goal, made a great assist on what was the game winner to Taylor Hodney. But Giannopoulos made some great plays all across the field tonight. And so Alexia Giannopoulos will be our Player of the Game Award winner. Brought to you by PS Garage Doors. Call 772-DOOR. That's 772-DOOR for PS Garage Doors. Up next is our Finest Auto Trim Finest cover of the game tonight. And it's brought to you by Finest Auto Trim, where their motto is big or small, they cover it all. Finest Auto Trim specializes in recovering vehicle and boat seats, particularly those boat seats. Right now we're talking about those. Ladies and gentlemen, get those boat seats recovered at Finest Auto Trim so that when ice out occurs, and it's happening, maybe you're getting ready to go out there as soon as you possibly can. Why don't you have boat seats that are covered and support you the way you want them to? Those of you in agriculture, you got a bit of a late start. Get your seats to Finest Auto Trim so they can recover those seats in your tractors and all of your implements so that you're comfortable going out into the field. Finest Auto Trim, big or small, they cover it all. Well, tonight, let's go to Fargo South goalkeeper Jaden Eggert on that award this evening. When you take a look at some of the plays that she made tonight, here against Alexia Giannopoulos, who gets free right there in the middle of your screen, and how Jaden Eggert makes a play like that, just being in the right place, right time. Jaden Eggert of Fargo South will be our Finest Auto Trim, finest cover of the game winner, brought to you by Finest Auto Trim, where once again their motto is big or small, they cover it all. That's going to do it for our coverage of high school soccer tonight. Thursday, time to get the bats out. Finally, time for some baseball coverage. Grand Forks Central Thompson. We'll have it for you from Kraft Field and the Oxford Sports Complex coming up on Thursday afternoon. Stay tuned for further broadcast details. That'll do it for our coverage tonight. Red River remains undefeated. 5-0 victory over Fargo South this evening, and the Riders moved to 9 points in the league with a 3-0 record overall, 4-0 record overall, 3-0 inside the East region. For KNOX Live Sports and the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, I'm Ryan Cunningham saying so long, everybody.